Om Guru Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukhabhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome. In this week's poem, we will see how Sri Bhattar continues to plead the Mother Goddess to help him get liberated from the chain of birth and death. Last week's presentation helped us to see the poetic brilliance of Sri Bhattar, where he compared his soul stuck in the cycle like how yogurt gets in and out of a churner. In this poem, he conveys a few important points about the benevolent nature of the goddess and at the same time indicates Lord Shiva and the goddess are one and the same. Goddess and the Lord are one and the same? How is that possible? Listeners may be able to recall the Ardhanarishvara form where both the Lord and the goddess share the two halves of the same body. Throughout Abhiraami Andadi, in various poems, it would be evident that Sri Bhattar tries to make use of this and attributes the actions of the Lord onto the goddess and vice versa. Let us listen to the song.
சுந்தரி எந்தை துணைவி என் பாசத்தொடரை எல்லாம் வந்தரி சிந்துர வண்ணத்தினாள் மகிடன் தலைமேல் அந்தரி நீலி அழியாத கன்னிகை ஆரணத்தோன் கந்தரி கைத்தலத்தாள் மலர்த்தாள் என் கருத்தனவே.
In this poem, Sri Bhattar starts extolling the goddess straight away by calling her the beautiful one and consort of his father Lord Shiva. My favorite line in this poem is En Pasatthodarayellam Vandu Ari, where he pleads the goddess to release him from this chain of pasam, also known as cycle of birth and death. The word Ari means to gently cut away, like cutting vegetables. In Tamil, we call it Kai Kari Aridal. There is a big difference between Aruttal, which means to cut away, and Aridal, which means to doing it gently. Even though the outcome of both the actions would still be the same. Well, the great Manikavasagar describes this cutting away of the pasam in Shiva Puranam, where he extols Lord Shiva as Masatra Jodiye Malarnda Malarchudare Tesane Tenar Amude Siva Purane Pasamam Patrarittu Parikkum Ariyane நேச அருள் புரிந்து நெஞ்சில் வஞ்சம் கெட பேராது நின்ற பெரும் கருணை பேராரே. Where Shiva is termed as பற்று அறுத்து பாரிக்கும் ஆரியன். Whereas here in the Abhiraami Andadi, Sri Bhattar calls upon the mother to gently cut away his pasathodar, which he has accumulated over several births, and owing to this very long vasana, he understood the proportionate pain to break free, and owing to this, he uses the word vandu ari, like a mother clipping away the nails of a baby when it is asleep, and without the baby feeling any pain of the nails being clipped. Beautiful choice of words here. Sri Bhattar also says the goddess was the end to Mahishasura, the asura who troubled one and all. Magidan Talaimel Andari. Mahishasura is a Sanskrit word composed of Mahisha, meaning buffalo, and Asura, meaning demon, thus meaning buffalo demon. As an Asura, Mahishasura waged war against the Devas, as the Devas and the Asuras were perpetually in conflict. Mahishasura had gained the boon that no man could kill him. In the battles between the Devas and the demons, the Devas led by Indra were defeated by Mahishasura. Subjected to defeat, the Devas assembled in the mountains, where their combined divine energies coalesced into Goddess Durga. The newborn Durga led a battle against Mahishasura, riding a lion, and killed him. Thereafter, she was named Mahishasura Mardini, meaning the killer of Mahishasura. Since she became his Andam, she was also called as Andari, and she is the blue colored Kali, also referred to as Neeli. Another interesting part of this poem is the way Sri Bhattar sees both Lord Shiva and the mother goddess as the inseparable one. He calls her the everlasting one who holds the severed head of Lord Brahma. We must remind ourselves here about the story in which Lord Shiva clipped away one of the heads of Lord Brahma, who used to have 5 heads, and because of his ego about his power of creation, he lost one of his heads, which was clipped away by Lord Shiva. Sri Bhattar does not see Lord Shiva and the mother goddess as 2 separate deities, rather as the singular one, and he confirms his mind always meditates upon the floral feet of the mother goddess. Sundari எந்தை துணைவி என் பாசத் தொடரையெல்லாம் வந்து அறி சிந்துர வண்ணத்தினாள் மகிடன் தலைமேல் அந்தரி நீலி அழியாத கன்னிகை ஆரணத்தோன் கம் தரி கைத்தலத்தாள் மலர்த்தாள் என் கருத்தனவே. This presentation comes to an end here. We will see you in the next one. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.